Being a small business within the city of Flint, it's definitely been a positive experience. It's been some trying times, don't get me wrong, but that just kind of shows the resilience, I feel, of one, a Flint resident, and then two, the community, because we opened in the middle of like COVID, and as soon as people were able to come outside, they came to BAU-HO. BAU-HO is an art and streetwear gallery. I tell people all the time, fashion is just art in motion. So the clothes that we have in the store, the sneakers that we have in the store, those are true art pieces. I'm very big on letting people know it's a gallery space because just the whole idea around the clothes and the shoes being silhouette pieces of beauty and people taking the time and craftsmanship to make these items. When I started my career path, I kind of put fashion and stuff like that on the back burner because I wanted to, get into something that was more stable. But currently, I like to tell people I'm a careerpreneur because I'm a business analyst for General Motors. So I work down in Detroit and retail is my passion. I had a buddy whose name is Antonio Forte. He's also the co-founder of BAU-HO. When we were younger, we had always talked about starting our own retail business. The premise was, let's put everything that we loved in one spot that we felt that the city didn't have. That's when we came with art because I'm really big on art. I'm really big on streetwear culture and just fashion in general. And my partner was really big into sneakers and we wanted to do it in our hometown. So it just kind of made sense. As it kind of relates to the name, one of my favorite art movements was BAU-HO. I loved it because it was the first time where multiple artists from different disciplines were able to study under one roof. And it had a huge impact on fashion, architecture, and one of my favorite phrases, less is more. That came out of BAU-HO. So BAU-HO is just a modern adoption, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring to the city. We could come in together under one roof and really make a difference in our city and do something positive. 100K came on the scene when it was a pitch competition for me to introduce BAU-HO pretty much to the world. 100K was awesome. They made a binder for me. They helped me with different resources in order to get the pitch competition and stuff, the materials and everything I needed together. After the competition, what I love most about 100K, they didn't leave me on an island. They didn't leave me on an island at all. I got a lot of support from Vivian and Ms. Cook and just a bunch of different people as it relates to sending me grant opportunities, helping me to figure out whether or not I needed any type of resources that they could offer me. And I love that because I thought for sure that I would never hear from 100K again, to be quite frank. But I'm very big on confirmations, right? So one, COVID happened and I was able to work from home. So it was kind of But then two, the second confirmation was the fact that the building itself. So I was looking all over the place for a space. And I was if a space comes available downtown Flint, that's my sign because it's hard to find retail space down here. Very hard to find. So I'm if anything comes available and it's in a good area, I'm gonna do it. And then boom, I got a call from owner of Flint Trading Company. He calls me, he says, "Hey, you still looking for a space downtown?" I'm yeah. He's I think there's a spot in Buckham Alley. Go check the spot out. And guess what it was? Sartorial Boot Company. Third confirmation. I'm going for it. That was the third confirmation. And how perfect was it? When I came into the space, I was kind of pumped that Good Boy was right above me. Oakland, the owner and founder of Good Boy, I didn't know him super personally, but I knew of him, I knew of the brand. I feel nobody has done it bigger than him as it relates to fashion and retailing within the city. And he was a huge example and a huge motivator for a lot of the designers that's around today, whether some of them want to admit it or not. They looked up to Oakland. And so did I. Oakland at the time, he had his heart and stuff into the brand, but he needed some help because it was really just him. So from there, I became managing partner of Good Boy. And I was working with Oakland for 6 or 7 months before he ended up passing, but he completely turn the keys over. I think he just knew the brand would be in good hands just because our vision for both of the spaces aligned perfectly. And right now, I'm just pretty much doing some of the things that Oakland said he wanted to do, what he was striving to do. And, you know, the brand is still doing well, still looking to see how things progress like in the future. As far as I'm concerned, Good Boy Oakland's legacy will always be carried on like 100%. I didn't win the competition, and it kind of bummed me out because ironically, it was maybe a month or two before my store actually opened. So I was like, man, people do not understand this concept, and I'm having a hard time like getting it out of my head to be able to explain it. It was pretty much motivation for me, even that much more, to be able to make sure that BAU-HO's be exactly what it is in my head and be able to present that to the world. In the competition, you know, I threw a lot of stuff out there. You know, I wanted to have art exhibits. I wanted to, you know, sell sneakers. I wanted to sell clothes and bring designers in and have workshops. And people were like, wait, what are you, you can't do all this stuff. There's no way that you can do all this stuff. But I'm here to say, you can, and we have. And it's been very much so successful. As far as the giving back piece is concerned, that's always been at the top of me and my business partner, Antonio Forte's mindset when it came to BAU-HO. So before BAU-HO's opened, we allowed Flint designers to come in and do pop-up shops completely free. We didn't charge them a vendor fee. We didn't take any money from their sales or anything like that. We wanted to be able to give back to Flint residents and show that we want to be a pillar within the community. And that's still the case today. We still offer free pop-ups for anybody who's interested in fashion and design, that's trying to get a brand, you know, started from the ground up. And then 2, we offer free workshops. We just had Pensole Lewis College come in, which is a historical black college in Detroit, a design institution, come in and do pretty much an introduction to design for Flint residents. So all the workshops that we have, all the exhibits that we have, all the pop-ups that we have are completely free. That's our way to give back to the Flint community and say thank you. So many people who are trying to take the entrepreneur route, don't be afraid to start, because I'm still currently learning stuff on the job in BAU-HO's. Stuff that I thought I knew, that I realized I really didn't know very well, and then just running into stuff that I never learned in school. Don't think that you're gonna have the answers right off the bat, and you should, because you won't. And I'm confident that you won't. But that's okay, you just navigate. You can't be afraid to fail, so.